Practice came around and it was a wet one. And I think this is why the defense approached the game the way that they did today. We got a couple guys back, much needed guys back. CJ Gardner-Johnson is back. Cooper DeJean is back. Let's get into it. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Lord Brunson back at you with the back at you, and I am the best reporting on the Eagles. Before we get into the meat and potatoes, I got to let y'all know that this video is powered by BetUS. Big BetUS in the building. Listen, man, if you're looking for a sports book this football season, BetUS is the answer. Fastest payouts in the industry, 125% sign-up bonus, up to $200,000 on your first 3 deposits, 200% crypto deposit bonuses as well. Fast and easy deposits. Withdrawal process A1. Check out my BetUS link in the description below. 24/7 personalized service, man. 365 days a year. Live wagering on all major games, man. Best betting variety in the business. Plus, you get 10% back on your net loss twice a year. That just don't make no sense in terms of the generosity, man. Did you know BetUS also can give you your very own personal account manager? You know what I mean? As soon as you make your account, somebody's going to be calling you, making sure that everything's going okay, man. 125% sign up bonus, up to $2,000, 200% crypto deposit bonus. Why would you not take advantage of that, man? Fast and easy, you know what I mean? Deposit and withdrawals in the business, man. Make sure you take advantage of this, man. The best payouts in the industry, fastest payouts in the industry. Check out BetUS today. Use my link. Go get to the bag. So let's get into this Eagles news real quick, man. I got some camp notes, man. You know, I use Elliott Shore-Parks a lot for my camp notes because, you know, he's the guy that's been there a lot. So let's see what Elliott Shore-Parks had to say about the camp notes today for the Philadelphia Eagles, man. Day 13 of training camp. Elliott Shore-Parks says, Jalen Hurts training camp stats day 13. The streak of throws without an interception is now at 248. But Saturday was not Hurts' best day at camp. Mind you, let's talk about the wet conditions. Hurts wasn't bad on Saturday, but the offense overall did not do a good job with the pressure the defense brought. The Eagles defense got to Hurts throughout practice. In a game, he might have been sacked 3 to 4 times. So I think Vic said, man, enough is enough, man. We was able to get an interception off of another team. Let's go out there and try to get to Jalen Hurts. The conditions are wet. Let's send the hounds at him. Where Hurts did do well, though, was not turning it over despite the pressure. He had a few nice checkdowns to get rid of it quickly. His best throw of the day was a touchdown pass to A.J. Brown in the front corner of the end zone for a touchdown. You know what I mean? Blitz coming right in his face, still was able to complete that. Overall, Hurts and the offense didn't have their best. That wasn't their best on Saturday, but they was mistake-free. 18 out of 29, a touchdown, 36 reps. You know what I mean? ESP gives them a grade of a C. It is, it is what it is, man. You know what I mean? It is what it is, man. You have ups and downs. Even if this practice was riddled with interceptions, it's not really something that I would, be writing home about. You know what I mean? I expect the defense to look better when you get a guy like CJ Gardner-Johnson back on the field. Cooper DeJean, I'm hearing, was getting some reps with the ones. I don't know if it was in the slot or outside, but Cooper DeJean also was practicing pretty well. But, one guy, man, that's looking like, we should all be going all in on is Jaylx Hunt. And I owe Howie Roseman, an apology in terms of Jaylx Hunt. I was always on a wait and see type of thing. It wasn't a guy I was familiar with. It was a 3rd round pick. You know what I mean? It was some big names on the board at 3, but Jaylx Hunt has come out here and shown that he is not that much of a project as much as most people thought. He looks like a guy that can contribute right away for this Philadelphia Eagles defense, and that's kind of what we need. We need some guys that's going to be able to contribute. And I'm not comparing, Jaylx Hunt to nobody else, but if you want to keep it real, Jaylx Hunt he appears to be ahead of a Nolan Smith. He appears to be ahead of Nolan Smith. You know what I mean? In terms of just hitting the ground running. When Nolan Smith was a rookie, he didn't pop off like Jaylx Hunt, is doing right now. Now, there is some more opportunity for Jaylx Hunt because Hassan Reddick is out the fold. But, when you think about it, Hassan Reddick is the only one that's really missing from the edge rusher. He was replaced with Huff. Nolan Smith, we're looking to see a big jump out of Nolan Smith, but Jaylx Hunt is the one who's looking like he's just ready to contribute right away. And it's not a knock on nobody, man. Guys develop at their own pace. Let's take Nakobe Dean, for instance, man. Nakobe Dean is looking like what we all thought Nakobe Dean could be. We all had high hopes when we drafted Nakobe Dean. Nakobe Dean is I'm not saying so much of he's developing right now before our eyes, but Nakobe Dean is healthy. You know what I mean? We never knew what we could get from a healthy Nakobe Dean. You know what I mean? When you look at some of the tape, and even, you know, even Nick Sirianni is commenting on the Nakobe Dean tape.
A play where he blitzed, had the back on him. Would like to have a better win there on that play, but then the play, we had a couple missed tackles on the play, and then he's 4 yards in the backfield and retraces. So it makes a really good tackle where sometimes what happens on missed tackles is it turns into an explosive. Well, that didn't because of the relentless effort of Nakobe.
You know, so that's what Nick Sirianni has to say about Nakobe Dean in his tape. So, you know what I mean? That means that Nakobe Dean is making the effort plays that's sticking with the coaching staff when they go and watch the tape. That was a crazy effort play to go out there and get a bull rush. And Nakobe Dean looks immaculate rushing the quarterback, man. He looks immaculate rushing the quarterback. You know what I mean? From a zone standpoint and coverage, he looks quick. You know, if you catch that ball in his zone, he's coming to make that tackle. You know, I guess when you have Nakobe Dean in a man-on-man situation, that might be the weakest part of his game. But right now, man, Nakobe Dean looks ready. You know what I mean? He looks ready. You can't, there's nothing more you can say. And we expect him to look ready. I know I've been up and down on Nakobe Dean because of the availability, but Nakobe Dean is looking like a guy that if he's available, your best option at, you know what I mean, linebacker is Devin White and Nakobe Dean right now. I'm cool with Trotter Jr. getting his feet wet and learning, but Nakobe Dean is looking really, really good. And, you know, and Devin White even spoke about this. Devin White says something on the lines that, you know, the best thing he likes about Nakobe Dean is that he'd rather be the hammer instead of the nail. He'd rather run out there and apply the pressure, and Devin White, you know, he likes that. You know, linebackers feed off of guys that's trying to go out there and hit or whatever the case may be. I'm excited, you know, for a healthy Nakobe Dean because we need a healthy Nakobe Dean. You know what I mean? Keele Ringo is out here giving up a sub 50, you know what I mean, a sub 50 passer rating so far in preseason. He's looking like a lockdown guy. And it's just a lot to be excited about in terms of that, you know. Learning from Slay being the guy that can teach a lot of these youngsters the game. Quinyon Mitchell is looking really good as well. They're talking about Quinyon Mitchell out there basically giving A.J. Brown and Smitty more than anybody has given them since they've been a duo, you know what I mean, in training camp, and he's a rookie. You know, I love the play that Avonte Maddox did. It's seeming like this DB room is starting to round itself out. You got Cooper DeJean back. I'm hopeful that we will see some reps out of Cooper DeJean and what Cooper DeJean is going to be able to bring to the table once he steps on the field. You know what I mean? But edge rusher right now is looking like the biggest concern for me. You know, maybe something shakes with Nakobe Dean. with Nolan Smith's speed. When you have a Jordan Davis and a Carter commanding more of a double team, you know what I mean? But Nolan Smith, I'm not down on him. I'm not saying he's a bust. This is not where I'm coming from with this. You know, Eagles fans are a little sensitive over some of their favorite players, but he raw, man. He real raw. You know what I mean? Nolan Smith is raw chicken breasts on the football field right now, and there's nothing wrong with that. There's nothing wrong with being raw. You know what I mean? We just got to acknowledge it, and we got to keep it a buck. He got some developing to do. It might not be his time right now. It might not, because what's his name? Patrick Johnson. You know, Patrick Johnson is playing well, outplaying him in my opinion. You know what I mean? Jaylx Hunt is outplaying him in my opinion. You know, Josh Sweat is going to be better than him. He got a better toolbox. You know, it is what it is. Bryce Huff is starting to look like, you know, a guy worth, you know, what we gave him. Or looking like a guy worthy of being able to contribute. So, you know what I mean? Right now, in my opinion, the only question mark off the edge is Nolan Smith. So should the Philadelphia Eagles go acquire something? Or are we at a position that we could just say, all right, we could be patient? Because BG could give you some snaps too. BG could give you some snaps all around the line. You know what I mean? So I don't think it's that drastic to say, hey, we need to go get somebody. But also at the same time, you know what I mean? We got to acknowledge where Nolan Smith is. Because if you put him out there, you know what I mean, he don't produce, the fan base going to start to talk about that. You know what I mean? I'd rather the fan base be like, hey, well, listen, man, he got to develop. You know what I mean? Because our fan base can be harsh, but, you know, that's neither here nor there, man. We're always out here looking to put the best product on the field because we are entering a Super Bowl window. A Super Bowl window. And Nick Sirianni talks about Jalen Hurts, and, you know, the thing that he's most excited about is Jalen Hurts taking the check down and not really trying to force nothing downfield. That's probably the biggest piece of, you know, maturation in Jalen Hurts' game. You know, that's a point of maturing. You got to remember when Tom Brady was playing, Tom Brady was known for taking what the defense gave him. And a lot of times they were scared of the deep ball. They were scared of the weapons on the outside. Tom Brady would take that check down and just take what the defense give him. Listen, the check down to Saquon Barkley, as you see in this clip right here that got Smitty doing a check down to Saquon Barkley, can go 30 yards. It's Saquon Barkley. A check down to Will Shipley can potentially be a big play. It's Will Shipley, Kenneth Gainwell, whatever. You know what I'm saying? A check down to Paris Campbell. You got to use these weapons if you Jalen Hurts. And I'm excited to see how this thing pan out, man. Let me know what you think in the comments, though, man. What